you, Emily. I mean, I walk around that track, but it's incredibly hard, it looks to me.
Yeah, it has a lot of climbing. It's a climber's course. It's similar to the course in Alps, I would say. But yeah, it has two main climbs. The first one with a switchback on the ski slope.
Yeah.
And the other one, a lot of switchbacks when it comes to the highest point. With a very fast and technical, dangerous descent as well, I would say.
But the climbs here, Bart, I mean, it took my breath away, literally, just how steep they are. Incredibly.
Yeah.
I've never seen climbs like it, I don't think. You know, with this mud as well.
Yeah, especially with the conditions, and the conditions changing all the time. We had sunny conditions yesterday. They expect rain for today.
I think they're gone.
And that might change the course really quickly.
And who does this suit? If you were going to put your money on anyone today, who would it be? And I guess it's a hard one to predict.
Yeah, it's really difficult, but I think Pauline Van shows her form, and she's defending world champion. My money is on her.
OK, we'll keep an eye out on all the others. Yolanda Neff apparently feeling a little better as well. The women are now warming up. Myself and Bart are going to go and get ourselves into commentary. We will be back shortly with the 2020 Cross Country World. See you in a minute. But yeah, a lot to look forward to today.
Yeah, Pauline Van defending world champion. She won it last year in Canada, Mont Saint-Anne. On a hard course as well, technical course. Yeah. This one is a bit different.
Of course, latest World Championships we've ever had because of the very obvious reasons with everything going on around the globe. But it will be a bit different today. It's colder, we expect rain. Although looking out the window now, we expect rain for the men's race actually this afternoon, but it doesn't look like it's possibly going to rain. It's a beautiful day out there. Janneke Loew, Estonia, takes her place on the front row. Gita Michiels from Belgium, 37 years old now, third place at the 2018 European Championships. From Switzerland, the under-23 world champion last year. What can she do in the elite ranks today? Another Swiss woman, Yolanda Neff. Didn't see much of her at the two World Cups last week in Novi Mesto, but she's been poorly. Heard that she is feeling a little better. Started to feel a little bit better yesterday. Maybe too little, too late, Bart, but we will find out shortly.
Yeah, you need to be in a good shape on these climbs.
This woman definitely is the winner of last Sunday's cross-country Olympic race in Novi Mesto, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Defending world champion.
She's in a great shape.
Definitely the favourite, Bart?
One of them, not the only one.
Bart's keeping his cards close to his chest. Rebecca McConnell, 29 years old. Third place, bronze medal last year. A fantastic ride at the World Championships in Mont Saint-Anne a year ago. And Kate Courtney, the 2018 world champion. Haven't seen her best form yet, Bart, in those two World Cups last week, but today is a different day.
Yeah, she hasn't done that many races this season so far, so that's also a...
And Terpstra in orange for the Netherlands, and Bart, another big favourite for today.
She did really two very strong World Cups last week in Novi Mesto. She's in a good shape already the whole season.
So that's your front row, Eva Lechner in her 30th ever World Championships, actually, including all the cyclocross and other disciplines she's done today. Jana Belomoina from the Ukraine, watch out for her today. It is a climber's course, and there's not many that can climb better than Jana.
And the conditions are perfect also for Jana. She doesn't like to ride in the mud and slippery conditions, but since 2 days, since Thursday actually, it's sunny, it's drying pretty quick. And of course in the morning it's still a bit wet and slippery, but with the sun out right now it's drying pretty quick.
Definitely out in the open it will be dry. It may still be a little bit wet in the woods. Elizabeth Brandau from Germany.
Maja Sosowska on the 22 place, third row.
Evie Richards on the third row as well, just ahead of Emily Batty. Will be the first out onto the fourth row.
Julie Bressett, 38.
Yeah. Julie Bressett, actually, who was world champion here just down the road in Southwouden back in 2012, the Olympic champion. She took that as well that year in London.
And she did a great race last week, finished 11th.
That's right, really good
World
to
Cup,
see. Yeah. Still very much a contender. What can she do today? 60 riders, 29 nations on the line. 5 laps plus a start loop?
Yeah, the start lap plus 5 laps. So the first lap, it's a bit different from the other ones. It goes through tech feed zone, and afterwards they turn left for the first time instead of right, what they do the normal lap.
So the only title on offer this year. No overall title for the 2 World Cups in Novi Mesto last week. This is it. This is the 2020 Cross Country Olympic Women's World Championship here in Leogang, and we're off. And the conditions will be hard. We know that today.
Yeah, the conditions will be very hard. Ooh, Brando, already a crash of her.
Brando's gone down. Well, that's not... And
You
another
see-
pile up on the inside as well.
Yeah, the riders are nervous. They like to go, and that's what they do. And the start, it's always very important. Jana Belemoyne with the number 10, good start of her.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot right with her on the number 1. And already Bart going up. Long, steep climbs here.
Yeah, ski slope going up. Mariska Strauss from South Africa. Also
Right
a good start. But Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, she's in the lead. Jana Belemoyne and Mariska Strauss.
Yolanda Neff there. You can see her blonde hair hanging out the back there with the Swiss cross on her back.
Evie Richards around 4th position.
Evie Richards moving up on the left there, the number 24 on her back. Wow, determined.
Anne Terpstra with the number 2 on her back. Good start for her as well, but it's Pauline Ferrand-Prévot who is in the lead. And you can see as well, it's still muddy, it's still wet,
Yes.
it's still slippery.
And you can't miss Pauline Ferrand-Prévot with that golden helmet on, the defending world champion. But look how steep it is. This is what we're talking about. And that climb will go on longer. This is the start loop, remember, an altered, shorter lap this time.
This section over here, it's off camber, it's on a ski slope, what they have to take, and it's not that slippery anymore, but it has been very slippery the last few days, but it's drying up pretty quick when the sun is out, and that's right now.
Probably the best conditions we've had all week, Bart.
It is, yeah, so far, but they expect rain, and that's why the riders are very nervous actually because of the rain, because they know as well when it starts raining, it gets really worse, the course. Raisa from Brazil.
Kate Courtney there, the USA on her leg.
Sina Fry from Switzerland with Rebecca McConnell.
But it's Prévot. Well, this is what she did last week in Novi Mesto in Sunday's race. She led start to finish, and if she gets a gap, Bart, we know that if she can, she will control it.
That's what she did last week. She had a gap of 15 seconds to Anne Terpstra. Here she is. And she was actually keeping that gap till the end. For Terpstra, it was very difficult to close it.
Terpstra on a hardtail bike. No suspension bike for her this week, Bart.
Yeah, we have to see actually who is on hardtail, who is on full suspension. We see Evie Richards, she's with hardtail as well. Jana Belemoyne with a hardtail bike. I heard the Swiss riders, most of the Swiss riders choose still, even with such a hard climber scores, for a full suspension bike. Evie Richards, there she is from the UK.
And we just saw Luana Lecomte win the under-23 Women's World Championship, though, on a full suspension bike. So it's interesting. I mean, it's dry out there at the moment. There's Evie Richards, phenomenal. For a couple of rides for her last week in Novi Mesto. First time out, won not one, but 2. Won both the short track World Cup races there. Definitely laid her mark on the elite field, I think it's fair to say.
And these sections over here where they are right now, it's like I think it's like a flow line.
Yolanda somewhere just right on the back wheel of Kate Courtney, so it's much more encouraging from Yolanda this week.
A good start for her, and here she is, Yolanda Neff. If it comes down to technical descent in the wet, she's the best.
That's right.
And here you can see as well how slippery it is in the middle over there. There's still muddy. And then Branda went down because of this lady from, I think, Czech Republic.
Yeah, it was. Jita Kabaleka took her down, yeah. Not on purpose, of course. And another pile up there.
In the middle, where it's muddy,
dangerous
dangerous to ride.
The worst possible way to start your World Championships. And here they are now in the woods.
The leader.
On that hardtail canyon bike as well.
This is the, if you are face to the mountain, this is the second loop actually of the, if you're riding a full lap. And this climb brings you to the highest point. It's a switchback climb with 9 hairpins. And on that highest point, it's a really steep technical downhill. The descent is slippery with a lot of roots. It has been very hot the last few days, but now it's more dry, better rideable. Evie Richards, a good start, really good start of her.
Impressive, very impressive.
She's first year in the elite category.
Twice an under-23 cyclocross world champion, Evie Richards. That might come, well, definitely be handy if it starts raining. Not forecast for this women's race, though, a little bit later on. But it's Prevost that leads, the world champion of 2019. Showing us exactly why, opening up a fair gap already. This is dangerous, I'm going to say, even on the start loop.
Especially that quick in the race.
Yeah.
She shows her form, she shows her strength. And she's in a great shape. That's what we saw last week as well. Anne Terpstra from the Netherlands. Jana Billemoyna behind her, and Jolanda Neff behind Billemoyna.
Well, good to see Jolanda Neff at the sharp end at the moment. Jana Billemoyna in the yellow and blue.
Actually, Jana and Jolanda have been training together a couple of times when they have been on altitude training in Livigno. Of course, Jolanda was at the Bernina Pass, that's just on the border of Switzerland with Italy. But they did a couple of times riding together.
And these are the descents we're talking about, incredibly technical.
Very slippery still, it is, a lot of roots.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, treating it with respect. She's right too, look. Rear wheel locked up.
I expect to see crashes over here.
We definitely do, yeah.
Hardtail for Rebecca McConnell as well.
Big gaps, but we thought this course would open up big gaps. I didn't expect to see him this big this early on, though. Wow.
Yeah, but it's a very hard course. The climbs are very long, they're steep. And there's not that much time to rest, to recover. This descent, it helps a little bit when it comes down to that finish line.
Oh, Kate Courtney getting in a little bit of trouble. Sina Fry right behind her. Isla Short the next through.
Eva Lechner from Italy. Gita Michielsen from Belgium. It's Linda Indergant from Switzerland.
Look how they're fighting, but so slick up in the trees.
Erin Heck from the USA.
And one woman that is missing today, of course, is Anneke Langvad, the 2016 world champion, who has fallen foul, actually, of a stomach bug that's definitely been doing the rounds, affecting a lot of the riders and people on the tour. And yeah, she's actually announced her retirement, Bart.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's sad to hear, actually.
It is a bit sad,
yeah, I mean,
but it's also the right decision, you know.
36 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe time for something else.
And some serious horsepower gone from the front of the pack. I mean, no one really could match Anneke Langvad for power, could they?
It is. And even when it comes down to stage races, she won with Haley Batten this year, still Swiss Epic, a 5-day stage race. She has been in a good form for many years, actually, dominating
6-time
races.
UCI world champion, cross-country Olympic world champion, 5 times a marathon world champion as well.
Yeah, impressive career.
And also, you know, an unbelievable track record, actually, I think winning 5 short tracks. 5 out of 6, actually, in 2018 for Anneke Langvad. So across the line, 11 seconds back then to Evie Richards. Rebecca McConnell, third across in the bronze medal position. She was a year ago. She finished a year ago.
A good start for Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
Yes.
So far.
Long way to go in this
after the
race.
start lap.
Out onto the first now of 5 laps. First look at this lap in its entirety. Neff, 33 seconds back. Ahead of Kate Courtney, 1 and 2 actually in last year's World Cup over all those 2. Isla Short inside the top 10. Lechner there in 10th place.
Yeah, already big gaps in between the riders, but that's because of the course. That's because of the long climbs.
Yeah, and the technical descents.
Technical descents as well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's how it is as well.
Really,
and there's no time to recover. You come down to the finish line and you go up immediately afterwards. Here was Kate Courtney. Wow, Jolanda Neff struggling on these a small rock garden. Very slippery when the tiles are covered by mud.
And Courtney
then there's no traction at all.
And it shows how steep it is, the fact that, you know...
Jolanda, of Jana Billemoyna on her move now. Already dropped Jolanda. Try to close that gap to, I think Terpstra, she's in front of her.
Look at Prevost. Golden helmet, golden woman. Out front. Big gap already. McConnell on the number 4, trying to close her down.
She finished 3rd last year in Monson then.
Yeah. And you can see how steep these climbs are. The rider's up out of the saddle to get up them. It's Julian Absalon, Pauline Ferrand-Prévost's partner, keeping an eye on proceedings.
So the chasing group with Jolanda Neff in the lead. Ayla Short there, Kate Courtney is over there.
Evie Richards on the number 24.
On the 3rd place she is right now.
A phenomenal talent, Bart. And, you know, of course, I would say fair to say that she surprised everyone coming out and winning those short tracks, but perhaps more surprising was just how well she went in Sunday's cross-country Olympic race.
She did really good over there. Yeah, that's...
Well, actually, both of them inside the top 10, but 6th, in, you know, nearly on the podium at the second one.
Yeah, she did really well, Novo Mesto. But this is a different course. This is a climber's course. It's different from Novo Mesto. The only races what we have seen so far from them this year. A little bit of rest in this climb. Yeah, you can see it. So to stretch your legs, to recover a little bit. But immediately it goes up. And afterwards, where it goes left over here, that's like a hiking trail, which is very steep, especially at the top of that. There was even muddy and slippery.
Through the feed zone, the tech feed zone, the only part of the course where riders are allowed any outside assistance.
Technical assistance or drinks, gels,
physical assistance.
food.
Might need that today as well. So Rebecca McConnell,
2nd place.
Trying to stay with Pauline Ferrand-Prévost. Only 11 minutes into this race.
There's Jana Belomoina already, 3rd place.
That's a good sign, Bart.
So Evie Richards has been overtaken by her. Evie, I expect her coming right now, 4th place.
And don't forget, Belomoina took a silver medal here. Not here, but in South Freyden, literally just over the mountain back in 2012.
And you see here how slippery it is. Different lines riders can choose in that last descent to the finish line. And this is that last bit to the top of this climb. Still rideable, I would say, but really hard to ride over here.
Pauline really fighting for traction there, actually.
You see how hard it is, how slippery it is.
Look at Pauline just looking back. She almost slowed down there to look down the track to see how big.
I don't think that's on purpose. It's because of the track.
Maybe, but
at least she has everything in control. She's still able to look over her shoulder. With Rebecca, how big is the gap? Also, Rebecca made it still here on her bike.
And this is the last.
And she does the same.
Yeah, last major fixture actually for these riders. But we know that Rebecca McConnell last week hadn't even managed to find a way home yet, back down to Australia. And so the Ukrainian, Belomoina.
You see how slippery it is just here before that bridge.
She's an incredible climber, Bart.
Yeah, I think if it comes down to climbing, she's one of the best.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've seen it so many times. Richards goes through. That aggressive style.
Eva Lechner.
What a performance from Eva Lechner.
Yeah, she likes to ride in these conditions.
Great.
So Kate is taking a different line off her bike, pushing. That costs a lot of effort, a lot of energy as well.
And now Neff getting off, and the other riders probably going to be forced to as well behind. Linda Indegan forcing it through.
Small talk with each other. Linda with Jolanda.
You can hear the riders as they come by our camera here. So, top 5 separated by nearly a minute, and we haven't even finished lap 1. Wow. I mean, that proves just how hard Pauline Ferrand-Prévost's has pushed it. She looks in incredible form.
Yes, she is. Yeah, definitely she is. We saw that last week as well. She was immediately from the start on opening the gaps. It was Terpstra who could follow her for a while, but like now, especially on this course, it's also very hard for the riders to stay that close together. It's just everybody against himself.
And all these riders being forced to dismount and get back on at some point around this lap, it looks like. Even the world champion, the defending world champion.
Yeah, these hairpins, they are very muddy.
Look at it, brutal.
They are, yeah. It's better to walk instead of try to ride it. But it disturbs your rhythm a lot. It's not an easy thing for the riders to do it. especially in mountain biking, riders always like to stay on their bike, small gear. And also this section over here, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot off her bike.
Off her bike again. But if it does rain this afternoon, as predicted,
for the men's race, definitely it's going to rain. I mean, the weather forecast, what everybody is saying, it is rain for the afternoon.
It's going to be quite a spectacle, that race, I'm sure of that.
And you see still how muddy and how wet the course is, even with 3 days of dry conditions.
Yes, that's right. It doesn't really dry out in the trees.
That's also because of the time of the year. It's autumn already.
It is much later than we've ever had a World Championships before. But you know, you've got to say a massive thanks to the organisers, to everyone involved in getting this race, this World Championship.
That's how it is.
Happen.
We might be really happy that they made the course.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be. Yeah, that's right. They built this track in 3 months flat.
That's incredible.
Originally scheduled to be in Albstadt back in June, of course, these World Championships.
And next year we will be back here for World Cup.
Amazing, that's right.
Leogang.
Yeah, great.
Cross country as well.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons they put all the work into this big track. So Pauline Ferrand-Prévot sliding back down towards the bottom. You can see the seat dropped all the way on her bike. Now it goes back up.
Under the bridge. And now through tech feed zone. That's the second one of the lap.
She's going to be calling on all her experience, that woman, today.
And another look back over her shoulder, what she did with Rebecca McConnell. And there she is, second place, coming down that mountain. This one has been very slippery in the beginning of the week. Now all the grass is gone and the mud is a bit more stickier, it's more rough. Jana Belomoina is coming down, third place, not that far behind Rebecca.
Look how slick it is.
Hardtail bike for her as well. The chasing group is coming down. Evie Richards.
Whoa,
foot
Richards
out.
throwing it in there like a downhiller. Said she prefers the climbs.
With Eva Lechner behind her. Isla Short coming down. Whoa, crash for her. Yep.
Straight back to her feet, no problem.
Yolanda with Linda in front of her.
Whoa.
If you stay beside the course over there, it's really nice to see actually how fast the riders are coming down. It's incredible.
Incredible, yeah. As long as they can stop at the bottom, no problem. So 17 minutes past, still on lap one here. Here's Isla Short.
Front wheel sliders away and then she's down. Full suspension bike.
From a mountain bike in Hotbed, Peebles, in Scotland. I was up there a few weeks ago. Incredible. It's like mad how many people are mountain biking in Peebles these days.
A lot of trails over there. Or
so many nice trails, yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant.
All hiking trails before.
They're kind of man-made trails. I think some are permitted and probably quite a few aren't. But there's so many, beautiful mountains around there.
It's good to see, yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and everyone just gets on with it. It's fantastic, yeah.
Rebecca, second place.
Great season last year, Rebecca McConnell.
Back to the leader, to Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
2 times a world champion in mountain biking, this woman. The road world champion, cyclocross world champion. Started this year with another surgery actually on her leg. Endofibrosis, it's sort of a build-up, right, it's like a tightening of the artery.
Yeah, tightening of your artery, yeah, that's how it is.
And she started last year with the same operation on the same leg, just a little bit different this time, a bit further down the artery or something, but...
Yeah, it's...
she comes back strong from it.
It is. Yeah, but also Pauline, she was very strong at the end of last season. I mean, sometimes it's also a biorhythm, what people have. And it looks like for Pauline, this time of the year, always it's part of it where she feels really strong. She's also good in cyclocross, so that's also a winter sport.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a period of the year where we have never been racing as a mountain bike.
But Ante Terpstra, nearly 2 minutes back, 19th place for her. That's not a good sign, right?
Not a good sign, no. We expect a bit more of her, especially after the races, what she did last week. Marlene Deggen from Denmark with the number 30 on her back. Lisa also behind her from Austria. But Eva Lechner fourth, Evie Richards fifth now. More than a minute back already for these. And Pauline again on that second climb with the switchbacks, which bring her to the highest point of the course.
Well, another strong ride from Isla Short. Amazing riding.
Sixth place for Isla. Kate Courtney, ninth place.
Courtney right there, Yolanda Neff.
Yeah, Kate Courtney, yeah, I think it's a very hard season for her. She didn't do any race in the USA when she has been there during the pandemic time.
Yeah.
And she came to Novo Mesto doing her first races this season. Didn't know anything about her form. And right now, ninth place, so...
I mean, an incredibly tricky year for any athlete, right?
It
but,
is.
I mean, the World Championships were supposed to be in June. Most of the riders, of course, focusing completely on the Olympics. They went as well. I'd imagine motivation for the riders was as hard as anything. You know, with the goalposts continually moving, it must have been really
especially
testing.
if the news comes in, the Olympic Games are postponed, World Champs are postponed. It comes in like a shock, and then they have to reset themselves again for training, to start training, making a new schedule, making new training schedules. Which races we are going to do to be in a good shape, all these things.
Bravo.
Already in the descent.
Still on lap one. Oh, look at the tree roots down there.
The riders have been practicing a lot during the week here on this descent.
Becca McConnell dealing well with the wet conditions.
She's still in the climb. So 9 hairpins here on this climb.
9 hairpins.
9 hairpins, yeah. And you see as well the surface. It's not dry at all. It's still sticky. It's still muddy. It's not good rolling. A lot of rolling resistance.
Very tough. Very hard.
Hard conditions. And you see it. Yeah, the top surface, it's gone, and the roots are only there.
That's right. Well, it's
and these are very slippery.
Fresh track.
Fresh track, yeah. That's how it is.
Connell sensibly
carefully
picking her way down here, yeah.
Jana Bilomoina.
Third place at the moment for the woman from the Ukraine. Again, foot down, Bart. Wow. Doing well to stay. I thought she was going down there. So easy to out. Getting off now.
Yeah, a bit scary to see these riders if they're taking the descents like this. Yeah, sometimes that's the best choice, to run, to walk instead of trying riding and then crashing. That's not what you like to see, especially not if you are in a good position in the race.
What does it do to the legs, Bart? Is it difficult when you're from pedaling to get off and run?
It will hurt tomorrow. I mean, for today it's still okay.
Yeah.
But if you run down the mountain, you will have a lot of muscle damage, and that will be painful the next day.
Lechner goes through in fourth, Evie Richards fifth. But it's the golden helmet of Golden Girl, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
She's looking strong.
Going out onto lap 2 now. There's Isla Short. She'll be used to these conditions, you have to say. Very, very similar, actually, to a lot of the riding around where she lives. I wasn't going to say the constant wet as well, but it's
It helps a lot if you are used to riding conditions like this.
Right.
I think the Canadian riders, they're used to ride on routes as well. But probably Scotland as well.
Yeah. Very similar riding, yeah.
Alessandra Keller also coming to the top 10, I think she is doing.
Ferrand-Prévot.
Back in that first climb of the course.
1 gold medal already for France in the team relay this week, Bart.
Yeah, they did.
A nation that takes the Mountain Bike World Championships incredibly seriously.
Luana Lecomte, she won earlier today in the under-23 category. She won that first World Cup race in Novo Mesto in front of Pauline.
The French are doing all right, that's for sure. So what's the gap? It's nearly a minute, Bart, as they go out onto lap 2. Wow. Ferrand-Prévot.
Yeah, we expected big gaps between the riders in this race because of the climbs what we have, the hard conditions. But a minute already after a start lap plus 1 lap, it's a lot. And you could see it as well on Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. She was looking back over her shoulder. There was a little bit of time to relax, to play with. Eva Legner is coming now together with Jana Belemoina, the numbers 3 and 4 in the race. So Jana lost a little bit in that descent. A minute 30 back. But again, that steep climb in front of them. Up the ski slope. Muddy conditions. But riding for a podium will motivate both. And that's also now what Eva Legner has. So days for Eva.
2 minutes back to Isla Short in 7th place. Indegan, Neff. Right behind her is Evie Richards chasing Sina Fry, 5th and 6th place. Getting up the grass there on the outside of those rocks now. Alexandra Keller, 10. Look at the Swiss at the back of the top 10. Indegan, Neff and Keller.
Yeah,
Isla Short
Sina Fry on 5th place, so 4 Swiss riders in the top 10.
And there it is, Yolanda. Oh, wheel spinning over those rocks, keeping it going forwards though. Long, long climb to this woman. Long, steep climb. Dangerous part when Pauline Ferrand-Prévot gets a gap like this.
It is, she's showing her form, she's showing her strength. Very powerful, everything in control so far.
Marathon world champion as well. Absolutely phenomenal athlete. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, you know, she is really the greatest cyclist of a generation to do what she's done in all those multi-disciplines. But
yeah, especially multi-disciplines, yeah.
That's right.
That's what I think too.
And
yeah.
mountain biking is the one she loves though.
I think she's not doing that much cyclocross or road anymore.
No, that's right. More
I think
into this.
till a certain age it's still possible to combine all these sports.
Yeah.
But if you become older, it's more difficult to race for the whole season, the whole year.
Yeah, that's right. You need more rest.
You need more rest. Yep. Yeah, more focus for one discipline.
Well, it's a good ride here, Rebecca McConnell.
And you see her cadence, a bigger gear than Pauline has, pushing hard, but also that's because it's so steep over there.
One medal position better than she finished in those 2019 Mont Saint Anne World Championships. Eva Legner and Jana Belemoina. Belemoina going for it, Bart.
Yeah, she's so strong in the climbs, but yeah, what I already said, problem for Kate.
So Kate Courtney looking like it's a front wheel change?
I think she had a crash. It looks like her handlebar is bent a little bit.
Oh, okay, you're right. I think you're right there, Bart. Yeah,
so they straightened the handlebar. Looks like that, mechanic.
The stem's been twisted.
Yep. Swiss Cycling is helping her out as well.
Nice to see, yeah. Nothing wrong with that front wheel. All twisted up then, so Courtney must have been down.
This is not USA, but it's Swiss who's helping her out. That's because probably with Frichy, Scott Tramp team.
Well, interesting.
It costs a lot of time to stay there and not going forwards. There she is again, back on her bike. The number 3, Kate Courtney.
Never write Kate Courtney off though, she is such a fighter.
Rizvets is in front of her.
Yes, it is Jenny Rizvets right in front of her on the number 14.
But she lost a lot of time with that.
You can see the Rebecca McConnell there, look. Gels stuck to the bike.
Yeah, much harder now, already exhausted from that first lap. Off her bike, running, pushing, and back on her bike again. And again over there also you see how hard it is to ride that singles track. It's slippery, it's narrow.
Oh, PFP goes down. Just a slight topple over. But people are going to crash a lot today, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, especially if it comes down to the last few laps when riders are tired, exhausted, and you see how slippery it is.
Just treacherous conditions.
And actually the course is changing every lap, also because of the riders are taking different lines.
Yeah.
And you see how slippery, you have to be concentrated. It looks like that Pauline wasn't over there.
Well, it looks to be one of the easier parts of the track. Julian Absalon there, 5 times in the elite, world champion himself. Very much in Pauline's corner. A good man to have at the side of the track, Bart.
That's what I think, too.
Definitely.
A lot of experience.
So much experience, yeah. A phenomenal team, these two.
He did the e-bike race last Wednesday, Gillian Absalon.
So did you?
No.
You didn't do it?
I didn't.
Oh, I thought you'd done it. I was going to ask who beat, if you beat him or not.
Only he will beat me. He's much younger than I am. He's still in a good shape. He's riding on the course with Pauline most of the time.
Yes, he is.
For many lads,
very
yes.
true. Yeah.
Rebecca McConnell, second place. More than a minute back.
Yeah, the gaps
already.
are getting bigger, it seems. Bella Moyna, 41 seconds back.
With Eva Lechner together. Just a few seconds in between the numbers 3 and 4 in the race.
And of course, very different feeling race as well, without the huge numbers of fans you'd always see at the World Championships.
Not this year.
That's right, not this year. Everything different in 2020.
A lot of measures what the organizer had to take, where we have to take care of as well.
Very strict measures here, but
yeah, very strict, yeah.
And it's good. It's good. That's what we want to see. Everyone on the start line that wants to be as well, of course.
Yeah, if you can race with these measures, why not?
That's right.
Not a problem at all.
Any COVID positive test though, and the team is out, isn't it, Bart? I believe if someone on a team.
At least all the people of the team has to be tested.
That's right, exactly.
Again.
So great that none of that's happened, because everything is really in place here in Leogang, Austria. 2020 UCI Mountain Bike World Championships. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot leading. Women's cross country on track at the moment.
So Jolanda Neff now 11th place. Maja Zozowska is coming into the top 10. But still, here is Jana Belomoina. Also, she has to walk these hairpins. Eva Lechner, more experience in these sections with her cyclocross background. Looks like Sina Fry is not that far behind these two. There she comes. That's Sina Fry. She became world champion under 23 last year in Monsenand, so first year elite for her.
Isla Short. Well, a phenomenal ride from this young Scottish woman today, as it was last week, actually.
Yeah, she did pretty well in Novo Mesto.
Yes, she definitely did. 11th place in the first XCO race there, just outside the top 10.
Rebecca McConnell now taking that ski slope, that muddy ski slope. Here it comes.
Over the top, fast. Got to try and pull some time back wherever you can, Bart, on a day like this.
Yeah, it's not that slippery anymore as it has been the last few days.
No, it's yeah, that might change actually. But
when the rain comes in,
for now it's looking about as good as it has.
So Belomoina with Lechner and Fry are still close together. These are the numbers 3, 4, and 5 in the race. So that's a huge battle for the bronze medal. From the Ukraine, Jana Belomoina.
Bronze at the 2015 World Championships in Andorra. Like I said, silver medal here in Salfraden. Very different track, different venue, actually a few miles away, a few kilometres away. Sina Fry, slip sliding back down.
Yeah, Fry is on the move. Almost contender for the podium. For the third. Oh, a problem for Jana Belomoina as well.
What is it? And again, it
looks like her seat post is not coming up anymore.
Oh, you're right.
Like that, because the mechanic has a
He's snipping the cable, just trying to get it up. No, they're cutting the cable. They're just going to put a post in there without a drop, or just a normal seat post. Heartbreaking, Bart, for the Ukrainian woman.
So replacing her seat post and actually a dropper seat post.
Yeah, look.
You see it's not coming back.
So they're a telescopic seat post, and basically Jana's is stuck down, which is pretty much worst case scenario, Bart.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really bad to see this.
Yes,
probably they're going to change the seat post.
Unusual to see that.
Actually, it is. Yeah, but maybe with the bad conditions, the mud. Yeah.
Everything. We're going to see more mechanicals. That's for sure. There's a lot more pressure on everything when it's like this. Oh, Sina Fry now, looking like she's going to be putting the hurt on Eva Lechner any second.
That was 3 and 4 in the race. So hopefully Jana can continue her ride pretty quick. Sina Fry, 3rd place now. Eva Lechner on 4th.
Pushing hard, Sina Fry.
Still a long way to go.
There is a long way to go in this race. Anything could happen. You've seen the mechanicals we've already witnessed.
Yeah, but on these steep descents, a drop of seat post actually will help a lot.
Yeah. Well, you've got to feel for Jana Bellamoina. She'll be back in the race without a drop of seat post anytime soon. But lost some serious positions.
So that steep inside line what Eva Lechner took instead of Sina Fry going outside, a bit more speed. Here's the number 2, McConnell. A minute 14. It stays more like the same.
3rd and 4th there. Lechner, the winner of 3 World Cup races in her career.
Ayla short, and now Jana Bellamoina. She's back on her bike again, so with probably a new seat post.
Seat post, yeah.
Seat together. Saddle.
35 years old now, Eva Lechner, the Italian. Her first World Cup win 10 years ago, actually, back in Hufvlies.
Yeah, 30 World Championships she has done.
Yeah,
that's what
amazing,
you said. Amazing. Huh?
Across this
cyclocross.
Yep, exactly.
Mountain
Incredible.
bike.
Silver medalist in cyclocross World Championships as well, Lechner. That, you know, those cyclocross skills are going to come in handy today. That is for sure. Getting on and off the bike.
Yeah, on and off the bike, especially on a few sections on the course. But also the grip what you need to have on your rear wheel on these slippery corners. That's where cyclocross riders are used to riding. So Ayla Short, 5th place. Bellamoina, she lost a lot of time with that change of her drop of seat post. Actually, she's back with a drop of seat. I think she did. Yeah. They didn't change the.
No, they've cut the cable, and it looks like I can see the cable hanging down. So I doubt the dropper's working. It won't be, but maybe they didn't change the whole post out.
They cut the cable. Yeah, could be.
It could well be, but and it could have, of course, you know, we don't know, but hit the ground hard enough,
Could be, things like that, yeah.
Yeah, we saw it with Kate Courtney. Well, look at this then. Ayla Short in 5th place at the moment.
So Bellamoina on 6th after that technical. It's still just half an hour race done. 1 hour more to go, almost, I guess.
11th place for Jolanda. Got a feel for Jolanda Bart. I mean, she's trained all summer for this. And then comes into this 2-week season, literally, and you know, to be ill is pretty bad luck, isn't it? Because Jolanda has been suffering with. We thought it was coming back down from altitude, but it seems that it's been a virus, a cold or something.
Something like that, yes. She didn't do the 2nd race in Novo Mesto.
And it is that time of year, though, Bart. I mean, of course, the obvious is around, but
we heard a lot of stories that riders had stomach problems.
Yeah.
Or it was in Novo Mesto already, or also in the beginning of this week. But Laura Stiger from Austria, even she didn't participate in the under 23 category. One of the favorites for that race as well. And also, yeah.
Well, you can see now the sun has actually disappeared. The clouds are coming in. It does change ever so quick here in the mountains.
Yeah, it does. And if the rain comes down, then they might have a problem. Probably not in this race. I think they expect rain after 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking for the men. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Barely put a wheel wrong so far.
Time for a drink. Probably time for a gel, some energy as well. Because it's still a long race. 3 laps to go.
3 big laps left then for Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. But no one else really even in sight, Bart, on this one.
No, it is. A big gap to McConnell.
Lechner on this treacherous downhill. Oh. Foot out.
Sina Fry.
Making up some serious time riding that nicely like that.
I think Fry is very strong in the descents.
Yeah.
That's what she showed so far.
And this woman is very strong everywhere, on the ups and the downs. Lechner and Fry still battling it out. Medal position at stake there. Rebecca McConnell in silver at the moment. But the Australian, like everyone, not able to run the pace of our leader Pauline at the moment. It's going to be well over, well over the minute mark.
Yeah, 1:14 at the previous split time. The gap is getting bigger again. So Pauline is also strong in that fast descent. The first part of that descent, that's that very steep new track in the forest. Afterwards, it's a bit more flowy, like they are riding over here, but they're taking the inside lines a bit shorter instead of going outside in these berms.
Minute 27 now, the gap first to second. So Pauline Ferrand-Prévot putting over 30 seconds into everyone on that lap bar.
Yeah, that shows how strong she is.
Yeah, she looks to be back at her best. I mean, we've seen her win World Cups by 3 minutes in the past.
Now she does it again on a hard course, climbers course.
This is the battle for the last medal position.
For the bronze medal,
Italy versus Switzerland. Lechner versus Fry.
More than 2 minutes back already. But at least it's a battle between these two.
Fry on a full suspension bike. She must be the best placed full suspension bike rider, I think, at the moment, yeah?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
McConnell, she's also a hardtail bike.
Lechner looking composed on these climbs.
Yeah, she's looking strong.
She does.
And it helps a lot if you are in the right position, like fighting for the bronze medal.
Yeah.
And you have something to
really motivate you. Yeah. And it will be a suffer fest. Fifth place, Isla Short. 2 minutes 49 back. But Pauline Ferrand-Prévot continues to go forwards here. Thanks for joining us on Red Bull TV. 2020 UCI Mountain Bike Cross Country Women's World Championship from here in Leogang, Austria. The first race of a weekend full of live sport for you, live mountain biking from here.
So Bellamoy now in 6th place.
Men's race coming up later. We've got the downhill for you tomorrow, of course. Linda Andergan, 8th place for the Swiss. Evie Richards dropping back a little bit now, Bart.
I'm wondering actually where Terpstra is.
Terpstra, I believe, may have pulled out, actually. We're endeavouring to find out. Let's sit tight on that, but not having a good day at the office, and Terpstra. Lechner up out of the saddle. Fair bit of mud on that bike. Going to make it even heavier on those long climbs.
Yes, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, almost at the top of that first climb. Which part is really muddy, very slippery.
Some locals look like they've snuck into the site.
Yeah, it wasn't that easy to sneak in on this course because everything is yeah, it's surrounded by fences.
Yeah, they've really done it.
She made it on her bike.
Impressive.
It shows how strong she is as well.
Yeah, to keep those pedals turning there.
So still a bit to go for Rebecca till she's at the top of that climb. And still, even in these conditions, all riders are with muddy tires, very skinny tires, which helps a lot for some extra grip.
The thinner tires are better than fat tires, are they, Bart?
It is, yeah, and also fat tires, they're floating actually over the mud, and then you don't have any grip, and especially with this mud, it's very sticky. And bigger tires, they catch more mud as well, so the whole tire is covered in mud and you don't have any grip. Lechner with Fry, the numbers 3 and 4.
Bronze medal battle. Lechner looking a little stronger than Sina Fry on the climbs, actually.
She does.
Here's Pauline, a little bit dirt on her shoulder. Saw her fall off. Whoa, and another one. Saves it well.
She has a little bit of time to play with, more than a minute.
Those descents are brutal, but aren't they?
Yeah, and they are. And it looks
really
like they
are.
become worse each lap again.
Yeah, they do. They look, yeah.
Even when the conditions are still the same. Rebecca on her bike here. Can she make it? And imagine also if you start walking, you have a lot of clay actually under your shoes. And then you have to click in again on these pedals with your cleats, which is sometimes not that easy to do.
So, the tree roots, the rocks, the steepness of this descent. Just catching out Pauline Ferrand-Prévot there.
The Chilean Epsilon on the side of the course.
Phenomenal. Oh, that's Courtney.
Kate Courtney.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like Kate Courtney is out.
She's out, yep.
So Kate Courtney sensationally out of this, the 2018 world champion.
Did she crash again?
No, is it?
I don't know. Looks like looks like she's in that descent.
Yeah. Just looking to see if there's anything wrong with the bike, showing us she's had a crash or something.
She's
but
feeling the pain.
I think she's been down, Bart, I would guess, wouldn't you?
It's with Fishy was besides her.
Well, what a shame then. What a shame for Kate Courtney.
It looks like she's out.
McConnell getting in a little bit of bother as well, where we just saw Pauline Ferrand-Prévot fighting.
Yeah, same spot over there, which is very slippery.
Minute and a half the gap.
Similar to the start-finish area.
This is a hard-fought one, Bart. This will be whoever comes out on top today has definitely earned it.
Yeah, but also for Pauline, I mean, still there's a lot of time to play with, 1.5 minutes, but it has to be going right as well for the whole race.
Isla Short, Jelena Moina, right there on her wheel on the number 10. Ukrainian, some issues with the seat post. And actually still issues with the seat post, because now it won't drop.
Yeah,
it
now
will
it won't
not
drop,
help her on the descents at all.
It's true.
Lechner not looking like she's running a drop of seat post either. And look at Sina Fry with that seat low.
How
Holy
fast she is.
Toledo. Speed of Sina Fry down there. Alessandra Keller now at the top of the first climb.
Pushing her bike. Lemoyne on 6th. A bit behind Isla Short. 5 seconds. We're back to the leader. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
Number 1 in the world.
Isla Short with Jana Belomoina.
Actually pulled back 15 seconds on that first climb, Belomoina. So,
different lines for both.
Whoa, Jana getting in a bit of trouble around the outside.
The course is not getting any better.
No, I agree with you.
It looks like it's even more slippery to the first lap.
Yep.
And I don't know actually why, but
well, the mud's going to get
dry.
If the course was drying out a little bit after that under-23 race, then perhaps the mud now getting carried onto the tree roots, onto the rocks.
All riders getting more exhausted. That could be a reason as well.
That's for sure.
Keller, no problems for her.
Wow.
See how fast she is.
There's some serious time to be made on these descents.
That's what she did. And I think that's the same with Sina Fry, who's on 4th place, fighting for that bronze medal. She's also very fast in the descent. And you will gain a lot of time.
I don't think we've seen a course this tough. In my memory, it would be back to Le Brest, where we had the World Cup finals a couple of years ago. You remember when the riders were having to get off and carry a little bit here and there?
That's how it is. Too.
Yeah. Same sort of conditions, wet, slippery.
So a little bit of mud on her shoulder, but that's, I think, on that grass section, that grass corner where she had a small mistake.
I think we saw that one.
Yeah, this descent is with a bit more speed under the bridge. Rebecca on a 2nd place for her, coming to that 2nd tech feed zone. Out of the saddle, accelerating. Try to find that rhythm.
Best result. 2nd in a World Cup in Novia Mesto last year.
Sina Fry, did she overtake Eva Lechner in that descent already? Drop a seat post for her. Settle down.
And fast on these descents, Sina Fry.
She is.
Really fast. 2 times the under-23 world champion.
Yeah, she dropped Eva Lechner with a bit. There she is, Eva Lechner. That's the 4th place. So a serious battle between these two.
And Sina Fry, you know, impressive actually in those 2 Novia Mesto races. 2 7th place finishes for her in the cross-country Olympics.
Yeah, she's
the under-23 overall World Cup winner. I mean, you know, she's
a world champion last year.
That's right,
as well.
exactly. She's big news.
23. So now a small gap to Eva Lechner for that bronze medal.
Yeah, she made up so much time on that descent. Lechner appears to be the stronger on the way back up. But Sina Fry was phenomenally quick down.
Yeah, that's what she showed. So Sina Fry, she's also on a full suspension bike.
Isla Short from Scotland. Lapping it up in these wet conditions, having a brilliant ride.
She dropped Jana Bielemoina a bit further down. Here she is.
5th place at the moment. There's Bielemoina in 6th. Under some pressure from Alessandra Keller on the number 33 bike.
Strong ride for Keller so far.
Well, again, fast on the way back down, isn't she?
She didn't have her best season last year when she had 2 broken wrists actually in the beginning of the year.
That's right, yeah.
So she lost almost the whole season.
Whoa. Keller snatching that drinks bottle there.
I think it wasn't from the Swiss team actually, but I don't know from who it was. But she did it, she took it. Bielemoina and Keller coming down fast under the bridge. Close behind each other.
Oh. Hard race for these women.
It is.
Rebecca McConnell looking like she might be feeling it a bit now. How couldn't she though? Such an arduous race, such long climbs. Hard graft as well, Bart, with the rolling conditions as they are. There's Jolanda Neff. Some way back then at the moment. 11th place for Jolanda Neff as they went across the line.
Yeah, there's actually no moment where they can rest. Normally you have sometimes a start-finish area like Nova Mesto as well, where the riders they can relax to relieve their legs a little bit, take off the tension on their muscles. And on a course like this, there's no time for that at all. There's tension on the muscles everywhere.
Yeah, nowhere to relax.
So Fry is strong in the descents. And Lechner looks like she's strong in the climbs. Coming back to Fry again.
Over 2.5 minutes separating those medal positions. Lechner needs to get on the back wheel of Fry on this climb, otherwise I imagine the Swiss woman will be gone on the descent.
Isla Short.
Full suspension bike for Isla. Former Scottish champion.
In the Indergant with Maja Sosowska.
Maya going up the inside.
Yeah, Maja looking strong.
Yeah.
Good rhythm. Going fast here on this section. Isla Short, 5th place.
She's had some big injuries in her career. Isla Short actually broke her back a couple of times and now is 2 centimetres shorter, I believe, than she used to be. No, yeah. Bielemoina,
6th place.
fighting back from having to stop with that mechanical.
And Keller struggling here, suffering on these climbs.
Strong rider, Keller. Bielemoina really going to be quick on the way up.
Maja Sosowska is coming. 8th place.
Yeah, good ride.
Good ride.
Here's your leader though, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, defending world champion from Mont-Saint-Anne in Canada a year ago. Faultless at the front so far.
Yeah, in a very good shape. Good form. I mean, last week she was strong as well. In Novo Mesto, different course.
Yeah. But that's the mark of a champion, Bart. They can be good on any course,
That's
right?
how it is, yeah. That's how it is. And it's Evie Richards. Evie Richards from the UK. Tanya Zakalia from Slovenia in that green kit.
Evie Richards back in 10th place now, still a strong ride. So out goes Pauline Ferrand-Prévot onto lap 4. Staff from the French team encouraging her everywhere they can.
So on these sections over here, they have widening the track a little bit, so a little bit more fresh grass, but it's more grippy.
Is that what they did to try?
That's what they did, yeah. I mean, it has been so slippery that's at the request of a lot of team managers.
Yeah, good call.
Eva Lagner.
Cleanly down there. Look how hard it is, Bart. This is more like a downhill racetrack than a cross-country mountain bike
This is a
track,
very
actually.
steep section over here, but no problem for Sina Frey, I would say, from Switzerland.
Whoa.
More troubles for Eva Lagner from Italy.
Sina Frey's going to be gone on this descent this time.
Again, yeah.
The battle for the bronze medal there, remember?
And this descent brings you to back to the finish line. After this, it's more flowy, faster as well. Still a lot of corners, but more flowy, much more flowy. And here you can see Frey coming down under the bridge again, followed by a flow trail.
Amazing facility here now for mountain biking, Leogang, Austria. The pump track, 70 kilometers of trails around the mountain.
And here we see it again. Eva Lagner more on the right side, different line. Eva and Frey inside on her bike.
Big difference.
Yep.
Well, what's the gap now? My word. It's going to be around the 2-minute mark when Rebecca McConnell crosses this line. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot is in a class of her own today. The sun's come back out.
Yeah, still sunny conditions. So Frey, third place. Lagner fourth.
2 minutes exactly the gap, but massive damage done by Prévot in the first 3 laps.
Yeah, it's a big gap. Yeah, especially just 1 hour race so far. 2 more laps, 2 minutes back. It's a lot.
Yeah. Frey and Lagner though, not much in it still, Bart.
No.
Interesting. And Lagner might get back to the front on this climb this time.
That's what I expect as well. She's strong in that first climb, very strong. She lost a little bit in the descents to Frey all the time, but not that much actually in that one, the last one. The numbers 3 and 4. So full suspension bike for Sina Frey.
Oh, and a short's going to be the next to cross line. Amazing ride then.
5th
Incredible,
place.
brilliant to see her there up in 5th place. Showed us the form was there at the 2 World Cups in Novo Mesto. 24 years, this woman.
Yeah, and it looks like she loves to ride these conditions as well, fast in that descent too.
Good cyclocross rider as well, Isla Short.
Let's see how hard that rock garden is if your tires are covered in mud.
Well, that's
very
right.
slippery.
They fill up. And they're actually not far off slicks when they're packed with mud.
No, that's how it is. No traction at all on these rocks.
And it's difficult out on this course as well. There's not many places fast enough to really clear those tyres, you know, to fling the mud out of them. So Isla Short, 5th place at the moment. 2nd year elite rider, phenomenal ride for Isla Short. Frey looking like she might have the measure of Eva Lagner this time on the climb.
Yeah, different positions compared to the previous lap. Keller.
Winner of a short track World Cup, Alessandra Keller.
In Andorra.
Bellamoina goes across the line in 7th. There she is, on the American Eagle bike. Now Lagner looking like she wants to be at the front and riding away from Frey a little bit. Frey trying to respond. Look how steep that climb is. The two Swiss riders then, Leogang. Neff trying to go around with that.
I think Nev is very fast in that last descent. It must be. She has been overtaking Maja Sosowska again.
Yeah. We know she'll be very fast in that
We
descent.
know that.
There's no doubt about
It would
it.
be good if you could see that one time, maybe.
Yolanda actually became the under-23 world champion at the 2012 World Championships in South Raden.
So Switzerland with Frey, Keller, Leogang, Neff in the top 10. Maja Sosowska, she's on 8th place. We haven't seen her crossing that start-finish area. But she's still in front of Yolanda Neff with Leogang. Only 7 seconds between the numbers 8 and 9 in the race. Sosowska and Leogang.
Tanja Zakau's looking good again, but nice to see Tanja Zakau's getting back towards the front. The 2013 World Cup overall winner, actually, Tanja Zakau from Slovenia, where the downhill World Cup goes next week to Maribor. You'll be able to watch that live on Red Bull TV. 2 World Cups actually for you this week. Downhill World Cup's coming. And the World Championship downhill tomorrow. Don't forget that. For Fran Prevost then. Well, stays on the bike, cautiously down there. She's got enough time to play with.
It is 2 minutes, so
she could get back off, walk back up and have another go.
Any risk.
No problem.
The numbers 3 and 4.
Yeah, Frey really staying with her this time.
Yeah. Maybe she can open the gap if it comes down to that next downhill.
So it looks like Kate Courtney has pulled out of this race. And Terpstra, we think, is out as well. Some of the big favourites falling, Bart.
Yeah. Especially, I'm surprised about Terpstra.
Well, yeah.
Because she did so well in Nova Mesto last week, both races.
Oh. Listen to Rebecca McConnell breathing. Having to get off at the top this time. There's a good look back down the track.
Isla Shorts.
Great ride part. Second year elite, Isla Short.
Yeah, 5th place at the moment.
Plenty of big mountains around where she lives to train on.
And now the gap between Eva Lechner and Sina Frey bit more.
Little bit, but Frey's going to close that down on the way back down, I would say.
That's what I think too.
It's not enough from Lechner on the climb.
Hard to stay on your bike over here.
Does
Hard
it
to
though?
find your grip. Can Frey do the same?
Bronze medal position for Lechner there in the blue. Sina Frey goes through in 4th place there.
Back to the leader.
Fran Prevost leading. Definitely taking her time on these descents. Can't blame her for that. You could throw away a World Championship win very easily on a day like this. No questions.
That's how it is.
One mistake and it could all be over.
Better to be safe. And that's what she does.
24 French national titles to Pauline Fran Prevost, can you believe? Here's Rebecca McConnell.
You see how difficult it is to ride over here. Slippery roots everywhere. Muddy. Eva Lechner a bit faster.
Just over the hour mark. Lap 4 of 5. Pauline Fran Prevost leads here in Leogang.
That settled down for her to make it a bit more easier.
Last year, we saw Pauline Fran Prevost a little bit earlier, actually in September, take the win in snowshoe at the World Cup finals, win the World Championships and win the Marathon World Championships as well. It's the time of the year she likes. Water now, spraying some water on the gears there, but trying to flush out that chain and cassette block.
Yeah, that's something which is very necessary. We saw that earlier in the week. We had the junior races on Thursday when the course was much more slippery, much more stickier as well, the mud. And yeah, riders had a lot of technical problems, drop change. And that's why she tries to clean the cassette, actually, the drivetrain, with a little bit of water from the bottle. And that helps a lot. And that's a good way what she's doing.
Lechner in the bronze medal spot. Sina Fry fighting back.
Yeah, this is an interesting battle between these two.
Swiss staff shouting out from the side. She's going to have some work to do on the way back down if she's going to close that gap. Silver medal for Australia at the moment with this woman, Rebecca McConnell. Neff, 9th place. 4 minutes 48 back though. Jelle Bennemoiner in 7th now.
Yeah, between the riders number 6 till 9th, it's actually not that much. Only 16 seconds, so riders can see each other in front of each other on that climb. So Gallo Bennemoiner, Maja Zuzowska, Jolanda Neff.
Becca dabbing again on the outside. Never good to have the outside foot down in a turn, that's for sure.
Yeah, even you can see as
Can't
well
get
how hard it is to find your cleat back in the pedal again.
Because the soles of your shoes fill up with mud and you just can't get that cleat back into the shoe.
Especially if it's that dry mud as it is right now, it's more clay.
Yeah, sticky now. But the sun back out, thankfully. Looking like a lovely day here, I'm going to risk it and say it. But the forecast says otherwise.
Yeah, the forecast says rain in the afternoon.
And snow actually could be expected tomorrow.
Hard to believe.
It is.
If you're looking outside right now.
So Fry getting on the back wheel of Lechner, but not getting past the Italian bar for that bronze medal.
I mean, she's a bit fast on the descent. Back on the wheel of Eva Lechner. Lechner looks strong to me.
Yeah.
Especially if it comes down for that bronze medal. Time for a small drink, but not taking the bottle with them.
Oh, Sina Fry's not giving up on this one. Look at her. Fighting. Really looks to me like Fry is fighting to stay with Eva on these climbs.
She does. She has to stay with her, try to overtake her just before the descent and opening the gap. And actually, if it comes down to the last lap, if they can stay together, the last descent brings you back to the finish line.
Either short sets up wide, so you can come straight down there, much better.
5th place.
Really impressive ride then from this young Scottish woman. Looking good as well, still got some energy out of the saddle, pushing hard.
Yeah, looking strong too.
Didn't she?
Nothing wrong.
Women's cross country for the UK looking a lot better now with Isla Short and Evie Richards, of course. The next generation is here.
Yeah, yesterday with under 23 men's race with Pidcock from the UK, he was actually impressive what he showed. His strength was unbelievable.
And here's Jolanda. And round the outside she goes.
And see how fast she is.
Incredible, yeah. Always exciting to watch, Bart, isn't she?
Overtaking Keller. Has been overtaking Bennemoiner as well. So it looks like she finds her rhythm back, Jolanda.
Yeah, looked better there, didn't she?
Yeah, looks so much better.
A little bit too late for her though, Bart, in this short World Cup season, unfortunately. Penultimate lap here for Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Big gap back to silver at the moment. There it is.
Rebecca McConnell, 2 minutes 24. But it looks like Eva Lechner is coming back to Rebecca.
Yes, it does.
Here they are.
That's right.
So that's a fight for silver.
That's right. This might get good in the last lap.
It's not that much, 20 seconds only.
And Lechner will have seen her now, but
yeah,
knows that gap's coming down. And Rebecca, you know, we saw her get off at the top of that climb last lap, so perhaps she's feeling it.
I think she had something wrong with McConnell. I mean, the gap has been so much bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe a small crash or a technical problem that we haven't seen.
No, it could be anything like that. Very likely, actually, today in these conditions.
But no problems for Pauline. 2 minutes 24 lead.
Immaculate. Lovely riding. 2.5 minutes nearly. Huge ride from Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
So McConnell, can she stay on that second place?
And Ferrand-Prévot, you know, she's ridden into this shortened season as well. She was third at the first World Cup in Novi Mesto, but she was nearly 40 seconds back on Loana Lecomte, the new under-23 world champion here earlier today. But I think that wouldn't have sat well, would it, with the French world champion? Some young French women coming and smoking her.
You learn more of losing races instead of winning them. I mean, it makes especially the older generation also more hungry, more...
All right, and that gap's getting smaller and smaller.
It is, yeah. It's coming close to the second place for Lechner. Not that far anymore.
No, really finding...
Especially she will see Rebecca in front of her riding on this climb, that zigzag climb with 9 hairpins. There she is, Rebecca in front of Eva Lechner.
Oh, McConnell.
Yeah, pushing a big gear or...
Amazing ride for Rebecca McConnell, those world champs last year. There's Jolanda Neff.
With Keller.
Well, look at that then. Jolanda up to 6th place now. Good to see, Bart.
Yeah, Jalla Bilemoyne coming back now on 7th place. But also Maja Zuzowska, she's on a move.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to catch this woman today. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, 1 to go here then in Leogang, Austria.
The last lap.
World Championships for you, live on Red Bull TV this weekend. Lots of action coming up.
Rebecca McConnell. Can she keep that silver medal?
She's going to fight for it, Bart, that's for sure.
Eva Lechner on 3rd place, but also Sina Fry not that far behind Eva Lechner. Last time over here, that ski slope going up.
Here's Rebecca tackling this difficult, steep, rooted out descent. Oh,
outside and going back inside again.
So steep, Bart. And we got to be thankful it's pretty dry at the moment. It's only going to be worse when it's wet.
It is,
and
yeah.
It might be this afternoon.
Lechner. Staying more inside the whole time.
Nicely ridden down there, you've got to say.
And now she does it pretty well.
Silver medal position at the moment, remember.
Yeah, the last lap, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The fight for that silver and bronze medal.
I got a feeling it is.
But no problems for Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
None. Golden helmet for the golden woman.
The #1 on her bike.
An incredible rider, an incredible talent. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot lives down in the south of France now with Julien Absalon. A great training partner.
Definitely it is. And a beautiful area as well to ride your bike.
Yeah, that's right. Really stunning down there on the south in the Côte d'Azur.
So Jolanda Neff also a full suspension bike for her.
Well, Rebecca McConnell coming around to go out on that penultimate lap. That's how big the gap is to Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
Yeah, she's gaining time still, Pauline. Oh, Rebecca is still losing time. And also the numbers 3 and 4 coming more close to Rebecca.
And she's going to want to hang on to this today. Bronze last year in Mont-Saint-Anne. A silver would be better this year if she can do it. Lechner not that far behind her. There she is, actually. Eva Lechner is about to come onto the finish straight herself.
There she is.
Yeah. Lechner's going to go for this. So we've got a real fight on our hands for this silver medal on the last lap. And Lechner already out of the saddle, bar. That's shows she got the legs with her still.
It looks like she's still able to close that gap. But the small gap is still there, 9 seconds. 11 seconds, sorry. 9 seconds, sorry. 9 seconds. The numbers 2 and 3, 9 seconds in between these. but also Fry. She might be able to close that gap.
Yeah. There she is. A little bit further back. You can see her coming now. Leogang looking really good on these climbs today, the Italian. And she is now right there, Rebecca McConnell.
That will motivate Eva Leogang a lot if she can take that silver medal.
Australian coaches on the side of the track screaming at Rebecca McConnell. Oh, maybe she's responded there, Bart.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they're both very exhausted. Eva's closing the gap, but even not that quick. And see how slippery these rocks
That's why.
are.
That's why the gap came down so much.
The small gap is still there. Even
Yeah.
after that mistake of Rebecca on the rock garden.
Leogang not looking like she can close it at will.
Yeah, it also shows how hard this course is. Even a small gap of a few seconds is difficult to close.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot then, the leader, the defending world champion at the very top of this first big climb now.
Can she make it on her bike? Slippery.
She does though. Track looking in good condition really, Bart, considering. Most of it very rideable.
It is, yeah, most of it is still good. Yeah, a few hairpins on that ski slope.
This is impressive from McConnell.
Yeah,
She's not giving up,
not at all, no.
fighting back.
She knows as well, silver medal.
Silver
Means a
medal
lot.
out of the seat.
Pauline, from now on, small descent.
Oh, look at this. Nothing really in it between them. Rebecca needed to get off here at the top.
And that's a very steep section over there, where they are right now.
Oh, it's brutal to watch, Bart. I couldn't believe how long and steep the climbs were when I walked this course. I mean,
It is.
it's not really what we see in modern cross-country tracks, is it?
No, most of the time the climbs are much shorter. Punchy climbs, you see a lot on the courses these days.
Cleans it.
This is more like an old school course. I mean, it feels like a copy of Alpstad actually, where we should have been the World Championships. Also, the Alpstad has 2 long climbs, and this one has that as well.
It's true.
Wow,
I'm
see
going to say...
Rebecca suffering.
Yeah, she is. She's in the hurt locker, Rebecca McConnell. But she's doing what she needs to do. She's keeping the Italian at bay. And the gap's got bigger again.
Impressive how she does that.
That is impressive.
Especially in that last lap. There's Jolanda Neff. Jana Bilomoina,
You know,
a little bit behind her, not that far. Small gear, high cadence.
and
That's
Jolanda definitely been poorly last week, really for the whole of the Novia Mesto races. Started to feel better actually yesterday, I was told. But just nice to see Jolanda getting back to where we wanted to see her. It doesn't look like she's going to get a medal this time. Pauline off the bike for these steep hairpins. Absalon, Julian on the side of the track there, a partner telling her what's up.
And he will go back to the finish line pretty quick. From here on, there's still a long walk for Julian Absalon.
Yeah, it is, yeah. McConnell's off the bike.
Exhausted.
And can Leogang capitalise on it? It's not that much slower to push by the looks of it.
Ah, but that's a long walk, what she does. Maybe she made a small mistake. If the rear wheel slides away and you miss a pedal stroke, you are off your bike.
Here, Rebecca McConnell, she comes by our camera. Fighting for that silver medal. She'll give it absolutely everything she's got. As will Eva Leogang to get it from her. Back down she goes, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Over 2 minutes the gap to this woman. An incredibly commanding ride, Bart.
It is. I think it's even more than 3 minutes at the moment.
To be some, it does look to be some rain clouds now around.
If we look out of the window, to the right.
I think this women's race is going to escape it, but the men's could be a very different story. That live on Red Bull TV shortly after this.
So almost 3 minutes. Rebecca McConnell, 3 seconds left in between these two, the numbers 2 and 3 in the race.
Wow. Bravo flying on these descents. And again McConnell getting a little bit of bother. Lechner right there with her now. So with the gold medal looks signed and sealed, the silver medal does not. Oh, McConnell nicely down there, putting some time into Lechner.
Yeah, this is an interesting battle.
It is.
It is.
Ah, Lechner goes. So Lechner's gone for it. Can McConnell respond?
She has to respond.
She can on these big open. Look at this.
Different lines where Eva is riding right now. Very off camera, very slippery, no problems for her. And you see how quick she is off her bike.
Yes, she
and
was.
That's because of cyclocross.
Silver medalist, actually, at the Cyclocross World Championships as well, Lechner.
Rebecca a bit more struggling to get back on her bike.
Lechner struggling as well now to get those feet in.
Yeah, to get her feet in.
She can't get going, and now McConnell's up alongside her. Oh, Lechner just holding her off. But probably because there's very little room to get by anyone there.
There's no room. There's just a very small single track which is rideable. Besides that, it's very slippery grass, muddy, so it's not possible to overtake over there. So the numbers 2 and 3, a tight battle. Sina Fry, a bit further down, more than 30 seconds. 4th place for Fry. Both off the bike, back on the bike for Eva already.
Nothing between them, Bart, is there?
There's nothing between them.
This is an interesting battle. No one's going to give up a silver medal.
It means a lot, especially World Championships. The numbers 2 and 3. The first hardest part of the course is done. Sina Fry, 4th place.
Doesn't look like she's going to get a medal at her first attempt at the elite.
If they are taking risks here in these descents, it could be dangerous for both.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to stay in control. Don't take too much risks.
No, because of fall, and also, Bart, you know, at this stage of the game,
yeah,
probably
really
not as easy. Yeah, exhausted. No, you don't want any mistakes. Could easily be a crash.
It is. For Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, there's a bit more time to relax, to take it a bit more easier.
It's been an amazing performance by her, Bart.
Yeah, impressive.
When she's on form, she's virtually impossible to contain, isn't she?
Leading from start to... Yeah,
same as Nova Mesto.
She's not at the finish yet, but
no.
Leading so far.
Yeah.
So,
Rebecca coming back again on this descent.
Eva Lechner in front of her.
Look at this. Wow, nothing between it then.
So last time tech feed zone for both.
Few bike lengths in it. McConnell is a fighter, look at her.
Yeah, but what a performance for Eva Lechner.
Yeah, you're right there.
I didn't expect to see her on the podium. No, Rebecca responds. An attack of her.
No, why? Trying to go around the outside of the Italian, and then a mistake from Eva Lechner. Wow. And it looks like Rebecca McConnell's found a second win here.
It looks like that.
Look at this. And now Lechner on the back foot. A ways to go yet, though, on this lap, Mark. A little bit further.
Last time, last climb. And here we see that again, acceleration of Rebecca McConnell. Tried to take that inside, take that corner as first, but it didn't happen. Eva was still there, put out for her. Back on her bike, both. Lost just a little bit of time.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Defending world champion. He's defended it well, actually. you got to say. Amazing ride for her.
Yeah, no problems for her so far. Not at all.
Using every gear on that huge rear cassette block. One chainring on the front. And then a massive lowest gear on the back wheel.
50 teeth.
50 teeth, yeah. Rebecca, where's Lechner? And Lechner, well,
a bit further down.
Yeah, when Rebecca McConnell went by her on that turn, it just looked like Lechner was like, wow, I don't know if I can come back again.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot almost at the top of that last climb. For these, it's a bit different. Still a long way to go.
Yes. Can Lechner fight back for silver? Ferrand-Prévot down this nasty descent again.
The gap even bigger. Another few seconds.
Unbelievable ride for
3
Pauline.
minutes for that second place already. And now, I would say on her bike with her foot out. Everything in control for Pauline.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, don't forget, a two-time junior mountain bike world champion as well.
Sina Fry, 4th place. She lost a little bit more time.
And actually, Isla short in 5th place, so a phenomenal ride then for the young Scotswoman.
Over the Italian, but as we've seen, these positions chopping and changing the last couple of laps.
11 seconds over between McConnell and Lechner at the last split.
For the silver.
Sina Frey ist jetzt momentan 30 Sekunden weg.
But Pauline Ferrand-Prévot edging ever closer now.
Almost there. 500 meters to go for her.
Another unbelievable ride then. Took the win at the 2nd World Cup cross-country race in Novia Mesto a week ago.
A more flowy section over here.
Any course, any day, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot can definitely deliver.
How Pauline needed to keep the concentration.
Yeah, impressive ride.
Pretty much the time she knows this is
And luckily in dry conditions.
Yeah.
No rain.
No, it does look like it's changing out there a little bit now. You can see the wind actually getting up on those tapes. So it looks like the forecast is going to be right. But it's not going to matter to this woman today.
Another year for her in the rainbow stripes.
Another year, and she didn't get to use them, wear them as much as she could have done in 2020, that's for sure. So Pauline Ferrand-Prévot has done it then, her 3rd Elite World Championship. She successfully defended her title from last year. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot is your 2020 UCI Mountain Bike Cross Country World Champion with an unbelievable performance, leading from start to finish. The first woman actually to successfully defend a World Championship title since 2013, which was the last time was another French woman, Julia Brisset, doing it in 2012 and 2013. Congratulations, Pauline.
Julian Absalon is already there.
He got back down from the top of the hill fast.
Yeah, the fight for the 2nd place.
Where is Eva Lechner? It's going to be silver for Australia if it stays like it is. Oh, Lechner, close.
Very close.
They must be in some pain now, Bart, though.
With a hard descent, which will follow pretty soon for Rebecca McConnell. Here she is. Wow, foot out. First mistake already. If the riders are under pressure.
She cannot afford to go down here.
Yeah, there's not that much left for her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Both feet off. A flying W for Rebecca McConnell. She does go down. So McConnell's down. Where's Eva Lechner?
She will come pretty soon.
Oh, well, the exhaustion for these riders.
There she is.
Lechner, too far back to capitalise.
Just a few seconds left.
Wow.
I think they are coming close back together after that descent.
It looked to me like Rebecca was like, I'm just getting down this right now, anyhow. It doesn't matter, I just need to get down this section.
Still a few seconds left.
Wild riding here.
They will take more risks in this descent. Both, they have to.
They have to.
Eva Lechner has to take a lot of risks too.
As they now drop down into the arena.
A real fight for silver.
It comes down to a sprint, more like that. From here on already. Last 500 meters after that bridge.
Lechner is close, perhaps not quite close enough.
There's still a small gap for Rebecca. Fast through the corners. She has to keep on with that speed what she has right now.
Dirt all down her left-hand side. Oh, the
10
pressure,
meters.
the pressure that
less.
Rebecca McConnell is under here.
5 meters.
It's coming down. Surely not a sprint finish at the end of this. Lechner trying everything she can to get on the wheel of Rebecca McConnell.
A few corners left.
Not quite closer yet. Left quite close enough yet, Eva. McConnell has a quick look over her shoulder.
Last corner coming.
Oh, it's going to be close, Bart.
It's coming down to more like a sprint, but I think with Rebecca first place.
Rebecca McConnell
Last
is
bit.
going to do it. She sprints for the line. Here comes the Australian then. It's going to be silver. Is it or not? Or is it going to be Eva Lechner?
Eva Lechner has
It's
it.
Eva Lechner who takes the silver medal. Wow, snatches it away from Rebecca McConnell. Look at the reaction there.
Silver medal for Eva Lechner.
And look what it means. And it's bronze again for Rebecca McConnell. That's what it means to get a silver medal. I thought Rebecca had that part.
She was so exhausted, and that finish line goes slightly uphill. It's not good rolling, and it's still capable to overtake riders over there, and that's what Eva Lechner did.
I thought
we
Rebecca,
didn't expect that.
I did not expect that. The speed of Lechner. Tina Fry comes fourth. Brilliant ride for her. First Elite World Championship for last year's under-23 World Champion. Well, drama at the end of this race.
Yeah. a good fight for that second and third place, silver and bronze medal. Yeah, McConnell, third place. Tina Fry. Here's Isla Short coming
Amazing.
in.
Fifth place then for Isla Short. What a day in the saddle for that woman. Amazing. Amazing for Isla Short. You've done it. Fifth place at the World Championships. Incredible.
There comes Jolanda Neff.
And in great company because Jolanda Neff will be the sixth woman. Great to see Neff at least get a result this year, Bart. Unfortunately ill for the whole of Novia Mesto World Cup week. Neff, sixth place then.
She will be back next year.
Yes, she will. A hard-fought race this was.
There comes Jana Bilomoina from the Ukraine.
Some mechanical issues. A seat post that wouldn't, well, stayed down actually, dropped and wouldn't come back. Really cost her some positions early on. Good ride though, Bart, for Jana.
Yeah, good ride, definitely
Not
it
her
is.
favourite conditions really, let's be honest.
No, she loves to ride more dry. But still, I mean, seventh place.
Brilliant.
Jolanda Neff, sixth, seventh place for Jana Bilomoina. Great performance.
Seventh place for the Ukraine.
Maja Zozowska from Poland.
Good ride for Maja inside the top 10. Well done. You can feel the air temperature dropping around us actually. It's getting colder. I think
So
we're in for
7 different nations in the top 8, and even here the 8 from Slovenia.
Look at that.
Coming in. Tanja Zakalia.
2013 overall World Cup winner then, Tanja Zakalia.
It shows how many nationalities
And how much
mountain
talent.
biking has.
And how much talent there is in this women's field. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
as well, yeah.
unbelievable.
Tanja Zakalia, 9th place.
And a good ride for Keller. Going to make it into the top 10 of the World Championships. Look at that, the top 10 covered by over 6 minutes.
That's a lot.
Unbelievable.
It shows
That's
how
hard
hard this course is.
It really does.
Yeah,
The wind-
the wind is coming stronger.
The rain is coming. I hate to say it.
But luckily not for this race.
We got the women. Yep, they pulled it off. They have had the best conditions of everyone for this World
Actually
Championship.
it is, yeah. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's right. That's as good as this track's going to get. It's going to be
Kabelika from the Czech Republic coming in. Just out of the top 10. 11th place for Jitka Kabelika. Another nationality. A strong ride for Kabelika.
really good ride for Kabelika, yeah.
Denmark, Marlene Degen. If we are talking about nations, and this is another one.
Really good ride for Melina Dane then, look at that.
12th place.
Denmark for 12. Anna Kalangvad, of course, announcing her retirement from the sport.
Evie Richards.
Another strong ride, Bart.
I think this is not her course. It's too much climbing. I mean, she loves to ride races like Nova Mesto, punchy climbs, short track racing, that's her thing. But these climbs, these are very, a technical problem over there. I think it's Linda Indergand with a drop chain or a broken chain. Even it looks like a broken chain, the position of the derailleur to see.
I'm surprised we didn't see more problems actually with the drives on the bikes today.
It's true, but I think here was Giraud from France. Yeah, Linda Indergand, yeah. The chain is still there. I don't know if it's broken or not.
No, I think it's just come off.
Broken, yeah, it
it's
came off.
Come
yeah.
off.
Yeah. Color with Aaron Huck, first USA rider. But this woman, Pauline Ferrand-Brevoort, what a performance she showed today. Winning the World Champions title last year and this year again here in Leogang, Austria. She was leading actually from the start till finish with her number one on her bike. She didn't have any problems at all. She made a few mistakes, but that was nothing to stop her.
She didn't really put a wheel wrong today in those conditions, did she?
Not at all, no.
Pre-race favourite, Pauline Ferrand-Brevoort has done it, her third ever Elite World Championship title. Here she is.
A third World Championship title, the first time you've defended it ever in a World Champions jersey. How do you feel?
I feel great. No, it was an amazing race, and I wanted to have a good start because I knew that on the uphill and downhill it will be a bit hectic if I was with a group. So I wanted to go solo, but I didn't expect to have such a big gap. So I tried to manage it and to give my best.
When you have such a big gap, is it a case of managing your emotions, keeping steady and just riding your own race?
Yeah, for sure. It was good to have a good gap because of a mechanical or, a crash or something can always happen. And I wanted to be safe until the end. And like this, I could keep my calm and to ride at a good pace. So, yeah, it was a good race for me.
In terms of your other World Champions jersey, how does this one feature amongst them all?
Yeah, it's great, and it's also great to be able to defend it. So I'm super happy to ride one more year with the World Champion jersey because I really like it. And it's a good day also for France with the title of Loana in under 23. So it's a really good day for us.
And now this answer en français. Pauline, the first time you've ever defended a World Champions jersey, your third mountain bike jersey. Talk me through how you feel and how you executed that win.
C'était une course vraiment extraordinaire. Je voulais partir assez vite pour pouvoir faire l'écart en montée et en descente parce que je savais que ça pouvait être un peu tendu en descente si on roulait en groupe. Donc voilà, je suis partie dès le début et après j'ai essayé de creuser un maximum pour éviter, en cas de problème mécanique ou de chute, éviter que ça revienne derrière. Donc voilà, je me suis sentie bien et j'ai donné le maximum aujourd'hui, donc je suis vraiment contente.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Congratulations indeed, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, a three-time elite UCI cross-country mountain bike world champion.
Yeah, what a performance she delivered today. Yeah, leading from start till finish.
Never looked in doubt, did it, Bart? Over 3 minutes, the gap. Huge winning margin. You've got to feel for Rebecca McConnell losing out at the very, very last seconds of this race for that silver medal.
The last few meters.
But a massive congratulations to Eva Lechner for hanging in there and taking it at the last moment. Cedar Fry fourth, Isla Short. Well, that was some World Championship ride for that young woman from Scotland. Beating Yolanda Neff into sixth, Bella Moida. Big day in the saddle. Evie Richards ended up in 13th place. Linda Giraud, the French national champion, 14th. Erin Hutt, the top American finisher there in 17th. We saw Kate Courtney pull out earlier on in the race.
And no signs of any Dutch rider, Terpstra.
No, we don't know what happened to Anne Terpstra actually, do we?
No, we haven't seen that. So the top three, Rebecca McConnell, actually she was in second place for most of the race. Actually, we can say till the last meter of the race, where she lost that sprint. But she delivered a great performance. Eva Lechner, suddenly she found her rhythm and showed how strong she is in these conditions with her cyclocross background. Off the bike, once in a while, on the bike, back again. She finished second. And Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, she was the strongest. She delivered, leading from start till finish, no problem for her at all. A gold, the rainbow jersey. Watching the finish line with a big smile.
The golden helmet was the right colour today. Well, stay with us then on Red Bull TV, and myself and Bart will be back in a few moments to look back at this amazing race here in Leogang.